Hi, my name is Dilini Abeywickrama from Southern Cross University. Today I am here to present about my industrial research proposal. I am going to conducting a research in the topic of the factors impacting low debt recovery in Triton panel and auto care. This is the flow of my presentation. First of all, I'm going to introduce my industry partner, then the research problem, research aim, research questions, literature review, research design, and the ethical consideration. My industry partner is Triton Panel Auto Care Private Limited that operates in automobile industry in Australia. The company provides a variety of services in automobile industry such as accident and panel repair, painting, servicing, and second-hand car sales. The company operates with 5 full-time employees and 1 casual employee in account department. The company has been registered in 2015 and it has been located at Dandenong, Victoria. When I'm moving to the financial performance of the company, it has earned gross revenue in 2018 amounting $250,000. My connecting to the business is I am a close family friend of the owner of Triton Panel and Auto Care, as well as I am a recurring customer of them. The problem that the industry partner facing today is the low level of debt recovery. Here, the 40% of their sales are based on credit. According to the agent schedule of account receivables, around 40% of debts take over 90 days. Based on this, the company is currently running on huge cash shortage. So, it is important to understand why there is such a low debt recovery in this company. Why is this problem significant? The problem of debt recovery is significant because the period of account receivable conversion is essential to determine the cash balance of the company. According to this graph, it clearly shows that the sales has increased over the past 4 years. And the account receivable balance also continues to increase over the years. Although they have made more sales, still they have not able to convert them into cash. So, it is significant to solve why there is such a low debt recovery. Based on the research problem, I have developed my research aim as to observe the factors affecting on low debt recovery in Triton Panel and Auto Care. In order to solve the research problem of my research, I have developed the research questions as what are the factors that may affect the low debt recovery in Triton Panel and Auto Care? And what can Triton do to increase debt collection? Based on the research problem, research aim and the research questions, I conducted a secondary study to identify concepts, evidence and the theories which are relating to my research. I am starting with the conceptual approach. Here I am explaining the keywords of my research. Account receivables. Adusi 2017 has indicated that the ideal way of profit generating is sales on cash. But the company have to sell their stock on credit due to the customer expectations. Simply, the credit sale recorded as the account receivables. In this 2015 article has indicated that the higher level of debt recovery is essential for each and every businesses to maintain good cash balance. And this 2010 article has described about the Australian automobile industry as the major sector of Australian economy because there are various of businesses relating to the automobile industry such as assembling, manufacturing, selling, auto parts and servicing. Then let's move into the theoretical approach. Since this is an explanatory type research, I couldn't find extract theory which is related to my research. But the sum of articles has discussed about working capital management and the liquidity management, which closely relating to the account receivables and the debt collection. According to Singh, Kumar and Colombage 2017, the cash conversion cycle is the measurement tool of working capital management. Here, the account receivable conversion period is essential to determine the cash balance of the company. According to this 2015 article, they have discussed about the liquidity management that's closely relating to the debt recovery. They have mentioned that the capacity of cover liabilities from its assets, simply called as the liquidity management. Here, the current assets represent the debt collections or the account receivables. Then I'm moving to the empirical evidence. As I discussed before, I couldn't find any extract theory which relating to my research area, as well as I couldn't find any extract evidence which relating to my research area. In this 2015 article, it has indicated that the efficient debt recovery process is essential for small enterprises to manage ability of pay off its liabilities. Singh, Kumar and Colombage in 2017 has indicated that the account receivable conversion period is affected working capital management system of a company. So, there is a huge research gap between past literature and my research area, because there are a lack of literature available on debt recovery, on the automobile industry in Australia, as well as the low debt recovery in automobile industry in Australia. I supposed to conduct my research in qualitative approach based on the research questions, literatures and the sample size. The research questions of this research is explanatory type questions, which started with what are the factors that may affect into low debt recovery. When I'm considering about the literature review, as I discussed in the above slide, there is a research gap due to the lack of literatures. So, I can consider this as a new research area which couldn't found a specific theory. According to the Haya et al. 2016, such kind of research should be conducted based on the qualitative approach. Also, they have mentioned that the small size of sample should be relating to the qualitative research method. So, here I am supposed to use 20 customers as my research sample. Based on the research design, I am choosing non-probable sampling method for my research, because the non-probable sampling is using for qualitative research that may enable to develop theory from its outcome. Here I am using customer as the main source of my primary data gathering, and I supposed to take the details of the customers from the company customer database. Here I am supposed to send email with the consent form and plain language statement to gather the information, and my sample size is 20 customers of Triton Panel and AutoCare Private Limited. Here I am supposed to select the 20 customers from their aging schedule. Based on the research design and research method, convenience sampling technique is used to my research, because here et al. 2016 has indicated that if the responders are willing or ready to give the information, it's better to use convenient sampling method. I'm using the interview guide as the research tool of my research for gathering data from the customers of Triton Panel and AutoCare. So here I'm supposed to include open-ended questions that can address my research questions effectively. And it is important to maintain ethical consideration in this kind of research, because I'm doing this research on an industry partner. So here I supposed to maintain informed consent, confidentiality, privacy, and right to refuse or withdraw throughout my research. Here, informed consent means I have informed them that I'm conducting this kind of research on their company, and I have confirmed that the confidentiality is there as well as the privacy. And if they want to refuse or withdraw from this research, they can withdraw in any time. So that's all about my presentation. If you have any clarification, please raise now. This is the reference list of my research that I have used the secondary sources throughout this research. That's all about my presentation. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.